Okay, here we are, lesson 5 of the Trebuchet project. We're going to try to finish up this assembly. So hopefully last time you saved this as your Trebuchet assembly. We need to insert the remaining components in order to complete this. So I'm going to go to Insert Components, hit the Browse, and we need the 2 axles. So where are they? Here we go. We only need one of each. I'm going to hit Insert Component again and take in the weight axle. And hit Insert Component again. We're going to need the swing arm. And we're going to need our supports. So I'm going to, the spar support we only need one. I'm going to click that in here and hit Insert Component again. On the, spar angle we only need one. The spar support we're going to need 2. So I'm going to hit the pin button here, put 2 of these guys in, and I think we only need one more part. I made a mistake. We need one of these, and we actually needed 4 of these, so I'm going to pull 3 more of those in. Spar support angle, hit open, hit the pin, and we're going to put 1, 2, 3 more. Again, I went kind of fast so you can rewind and take a look at it. Essentially, we're just bringing in all the parts that you've drawn that make up the rest of the trebuchet, and you do that by hitting Insert Components. So we have all the pieces of the puzzle now. We just got to finish putting it together. So let's start by putting these spar support angles on. So I'm going to again grab the rotate component. I want to turn this and get it close to the position that I want to put it in. And these need to get rotated a little bit. And then I'm just going to move it over to where it needs to go. I'm going to grab this guy, put it over here. This one's going to go here. I got to rotate that. This one's going to go there. That one's going to go there. I'm going to grab my rotate, take this guy, and flip it around. That's close enough. Click on this one. Alright. And I'm going to click on this one. See if I can bring this up a little bit. It's not that critical. It's important that we select the right mate faces. So I want this plane right here to be supported by the face of this. And I'm going to hit check. Now what's confusing is this part is way over here still, but it is connected to this one. I now need to select these 2 surfaces, and you'll see that it's starting to look closer to what we need. Finally, I'm going to slide, go ahead and check that. I'm going to slide this up above where it needs to go. Notice that's the only direction I can move it right now is up and down. And then we're going to select this surface and this surface, and now we've got this thing built as it should be. You're going to do the same thing with the other 4. So I'm not going to bother. I'll do one more and then you can figure out on your own how to do those others. So again, what I did is I selected the face that was cut at the 45. I selected the plane that I wanted it to be coplanar with. Then I checked, and then this plane here is going to need to be coplanar with this plane. Oops, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. I'm going to undo that. I think, let's see if I can make that work the way I want it to. Select this surface and see if it does what I want. Nope. Undo. Let's see what happens if I select these two first. That's not what I want either. Alright, so when you get into a jam like that, that's why we wanted to rotate those things. These are the constraints that we've applied. I'm going to delete this last constraint by right-clicking, hitting delete. And this one should be free to move around now. It's not connected to anything. Just get back to my correct orientation here. And I say this part didn't do what I wanted it to do. So I'm going to grab the rotate command again and see if I can get it closer to, oh, looks like it is still mated. Maybe not. Alright, that looks closer to what we want. Grab this now, select this surface and this surface. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, it was still mated on that face. I don't know which one I deleted. And now we're going to come in and select the bottom here and the top of this. And again, it can be a little frustrating at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's kind of fun. Alright, that's good. So we need to just put our axles in and the remaining supports on. So we're going to select this axle and this hole, and those are going to line up. Then we're going to select the face of this axle and the face of this spar, and that's good. And now we're going to select the axle and the hole on here and check that out. And now notice that this thing can slide in and out just like on the trebuchet. We can rotate it around. Whoops, got a little crazy there. But it's sliding right off as if it's can travel through solids. So we need to give it a distance. So I'm going to select the face of this and the face of this and make it a distance away, which is this is 6 inches wide minus half the thickness of that, which is 1/4. So that should be 2 3/4, I think. That looks good. Alright, so that's set. We now need to put this axle into this hole. Oops, I need to check that first. This axle into this hole. What happened? Oops, I didn't select the hole. Axle, hole, there we go. And then we need to select this face and this face, and it's going to be a distance of 1 3/4. And we're good. We need to add these two supports. I'll show you how to do one of those. We need to add that support, and you can finish the rest on your own. Alright, these supports are pretty easy. I'm going to grab the rotate command just to make these get a little bit closer to the orientation that I want. That's close enough. I'm going to grab the mate, and this edge right here wants to be mated with this face. That's not what I wanted. I'm going to undo that. Let me try mating the bottom first. Let's try this surface with this surface. That looks good. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and check that one. Now let's try this surface and this surface. That's more like it. And then I need this surface and this surface. And we are good. So you're going to do a mirror image of what I just did on this side, on the other side. And then the final piece is this guy right here, which is a support member for our swing arm. And that mate looks something like this. We're going to select this. and this. Those two go together. We're going to select this face and this face. And that looks good, and you can see how they're coming together. Now this thing can move up and down. We need to give a distance from the end, and I think we're going to select this line and this line, and we're going to type in a distance of, I don't remember what that is. I think it's 4. It's not 4. Maybe it's 4.5. Nope. I think that's it. 4.25 looks correct. All right. That wraps up this lesson. You should be able to do the other side on your own.